What's going on YouTube? This is Rob A again, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Ultra Magnus. This is a Voyager class toy. It is a heavy retooling of the Prime Robots in Disguise Optimus Voyager toy. And looking at it directly in the package, it's almost unrecognizable as Prime. They did a really good job revamping the mold. It's kind of odd, though, considering Ultra Magnus, before the Beast Hunters line, actually got his own Voyager mold. But I guess maybe for the show they decided it was easier just to kind of revamp the Optimus skin or the model, the computer model for it. So who knows? That may have been what happened. And then they made a toy out of it. As you can see, he's got some missiles going on here. He also comes with the Forge of Solus battle hammer. Alright guys, so here we have Beast Hunters Ultra Magnus in vehicle form. And as you can see, it's quite a bit of a departure from the Optimus Prime mold. He's got a new windshield. He's got micron points on his flanking his front end here. It shows in the instructions that he still has the smokestacks, but my version at least did not come with any smokestacks. So either I got one that is missing them, or it's not actually supposed to come with them. You can obviously see he's got some wings on the side. He's got this big jet weird backpack thing attached to the back of his truck, and that is removable. But first I want to show you guys something real quick here. Here is Magnus, and here he is with his regular Robots in Disguise counterpart. As you can see, he is a bit bigger, but this is once again a completely different mold. Ultra Magnus got his own completely unique mold, and then was switched over to have a retooling of Prime. So a little weird honestly. And as you can see, obviously they are a different color blue. This one's a bit more of a sky blue, and I honestly prefer the darker blue, but this isn't bad. It's not bad at all. I think the character and the way the character is portrayed in the television show kind of would lend itself more to a darker, more, I don't want to say solemn, but it's the closest I can think of, more solemn, like blue. But anyway, so he rolls just fine. You just got to get all the tabs and everything lined up right. He has these missiles on his wings that if we pop them off, I can show you the winged truck mode, so he can fly alongside Beast Hunters Prime. It's kind of weird, actually. I'm not sure what the deal is with the backpack, but you can, as I said, remove it. You just give it a little pull, and these actually fold down, kind of sort of get out of the way. They still look like a truck with big thrusters on the back of it, but it definitely looks neat and tidy from the front. Yeah, and here's the backpack. This little bit just folds up so it can attach to his robot mode, and as you can see, he has the Forge of Solus Prime attached to his back. So you do get that. Pretty cool. It doesn't really do anything, but it is a neat accessory. I'm very glad to have it. So we'll put that aside, we'll put these aside, we'll put this aside, and we will transform this guy to robot mode. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining the transformation on this guy, as it is a pretty well-known figure at this point. He does transform exactly the same way as the other Optimus Prime, with a few tiny variations. which I'll point those out, but other than that, it's going to be pretty much the same deal. You just split the whole front end of the cab in half, or in many many pieces actually, and just kind of get the legs out of the way. Just pull it all there. There we go. Get the arms out of the way here. So yeah, the arms you want to pull around to the sides and then just kind of get up and out of the way. Side, up and out of the way. One difference is there actually is a little piece here that you want to flip up, and it's going to kind of cover some empty space in robot mode. The two front wheels go back, kind of form a little back package. You flip his head up there. I'll show you a close-up of his head. Very nice. And you just pull his chest area up and just kind of push it back into place like so, and then just lock it all in. So now his shoulder pads are actually on like a swivel or a hinge and swivel system, which is pretty cool. There's a little bit more versatility to it, and you just want to swivel it around and kind of push it up like so to form his shoulder pylons. And put his arm down, swivel it up, push it down, get his arm all adjusted. Back flaps go up, just like you're used to. And split the legs, of course. These are down over his shins, like that. Put his little footies out. And there you have Magnus in his basic form there. And as he is, he's pretty darn cool. I do like him. One of his features is he does come with the missiles, as I showed you. You can store them like so in his shoulders if you want him to have giant shoulder stacks. But you can also point these forward, even with the missiles inside, inserted, and they can point forward, and then you just kind of flick the missiles out. They are just friction missiles, so they don't fire very well, but it's good, A for effort. A for effort. He still has all the same articulation that Prime did. You got the arm going on, got a bicep swivel, elbow, his hands go up and down, his head's on a bally joint, no waist articulation, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, knees, and of course ball jointed foot. So decent articulation for this guy. And we'll go ahead and put his backpack on. So like I showed you before, he does come with the backpack here. You can attach the missiles to either side of the wings. You can also attach them up here on the sides of his shoulders, should you so choose. But you just flip this little bit up, and you've got these kind of cross-section pieces here. So what you want to do is just kind of turn these back plates so that these bits fit over them, like so, and then put the whole thing up and over his back, the back of his shoulder area. Actually, I think you want to do that first. Then just click those down and then push that back, and there you go. There's his backpack. And you've got Ultra Magnus with a big old splayed out backpack of wings of craziness. And yeah, like I said, you can just stick the missiles on there any way you like. And you can plug the forge onto his back if you so choose. But for now we're just gonna stick it in his hands. Ugh. Come on there, buddy. Alright. So there is Magnus. I like him a lot. He does have the darker blue accents that kind of stand out and really make this guy look pretty cool, and he definitely looks different than Prime. And that's fantastic. I really do think they did a good job on making him look different. So here he is, and here he is with his original Magnus mold. Again, overall, I think I like this design a little bit better. But this mold definitely holds together better. It's not as fiddly. And overall, I think it's more fun, because this guy does not want to stay together. In fact, I kind of, you can see in transforming him, I totally stressed the little clips that are supposed to hold his arms up, because every time I would try and plug his arms in, the backpack would flip up and then squish the clips that hold it together. So, meh, bummeroony. But that's okay. We've got a new Magnus in town, so there's a size comparison there. This Magnus is taller. This Magnus is, as you can see, quite a bit bulkier. We're just gonna put him aside and do another size comparison or two. So here he is with Prime, and as you can see, Chuck Beef Fist over here is obviously a lot bigger. Because he's just ginormous. So you give the Prime the Forge of Solace to Butch Deadlift here, and he can't really hold it. How about that? Obviously he can hold it. It's really just a matter of different tolerances on the figures, because he's supposed to, it's a 5mm, it's a 5mm post, and he has 5mm hands. Unfortunately it's just one of those where you're just gonna have to kind of wiggle it on down very carefully. But it's the same size as the handle on his sword, which is also very tight to get in there. So you know, if you're crafty, you may want to just get in there and sand a little bit out, but you can mix and match. You can have Magnus with the sword and the hammer if you're feeling crazy, which I think is pretty pretty neat. He looks pretty hardcore. So there's these guys. We'll toss Shockwave in there just for good measure. Now, Shockwave, as you can see, is a lot taller than the both of them. Well, not a lot taller, but taller than the both of them. Shockwave's just big. He's a big voider. But yeah, overall, really worth getting, especially if you don't have this guy. This one is definitely worth getting. He's different enough from the original Prime mold that it feels like a different figure, and I think he fits well with Beast Hunters Prime, and obviously you want him to fight Shockwave and all that other cool stuff. So definitely pick this guy up if you see him, especially if you can get him for $20 or cheaper if you find him on sale somewhere. Totally worth getting. He's a decent figure. He's fun. He's got a lot of play features going on there. But that's going to do it for this review. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching as always. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with some more Beast Hunters stuff pretty soon, I hope, if Big Bad Toy Store gets my order here. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.